Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Koroe Dase Deena Beka Deena Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Koroe Dase Deena Beka Deena Gurudev Sakalasane bolore akoro jamani srihayina Sakalasane bolore akoro Kale saman korete shakati Vironata jata jata Sabito gaibo Hare Nama Suke Aparara Hare Kabe no kripa labai jano vitartha hoy denata Shakti bhutehi ave atehi Koramore Atmasata Yogyata Vichare Kijanahi Pai Kawara Karuna Sara Karunana oile kandiya kandiya pranana rakibaro Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Koroe Dase Deena Beka Deena Gurudev Gurudev, by a drop of your mercy, make this servant of yours humbler than a blade of grass, giving me strength to bear all trials and troubles. Make me devoid of all desires for personal honor. O Lord and Master, please give me the power to properly honor all living beings. Only then will I sing the holy name in great ecstasy, and all my offenses cease. O Lord and Master, when will this devotee, obtaining your mercy, become blessed? Devoid of all strength and intelligence, I am very low and fallen. Please make me your own servant. Upon examining my value, I find that I have none. Your mercy is essential to me. Therefore, if you are not merciful, I will constantly weep and will not maintain my life any longer. Gurudev, Gurudev Kripa Bandhu Diya Koroe Dasa Shina Bekaya Deena. Gurudev Kripa Bandhu Diya Koroe Dasa Shina Bekaya Deena. Gurudev, 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 Jai Jaya Gurudev. Jai Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jaya Prabhupada. Ujjvala Vajana Goda Bharadeha Vilasita Niravani Bhava Vipuriha Vrindavana Bhavana Kripaya Vesham Sanjana Mami Chashi Sachitanaya Gajarantara Bhava Vikara Durjana Karjana Nada Papapaya Bhajana Karana Karuna Sakana Mami Chachi Sachitanaya Aranam Bharadara Charuka Pola Indu Vindika Nakachaya Ruchira Chapita Nija Guna Nama Vinoda Sakana Mami Chachi Sachitanaya Digalita Nayana Kamala Jaladara Bhushana Navarasa Bhava Vikara Katiyati Mantana Vidya Vilasa Sanghana Mami Chachi Sachitanaya Chanchala Charu Chana Jati Ruchira Manjira Ranjita Parajita Madhura Chandra Nindita Shitala Varana Sanghana Mami Chashi Kachitanaya Chajakati Dora Samandaru Ganda Divyakale Varamundita Munda Nakal Machakandana Sandam Sanghana Mami Chashi Sachitanaya Bhushana Bhurajala Kavarika Kambita Vindara Varachira Malaya Jalira Chita Ujala Tilasa Samghana Mami Chashi Sachitanaya Nindita Nartakavesham Udala Varana Kajavara Deha Dusita Niravari Bhava Vidya Tribhuvana Pavana Kripaya Lesham Samprana Mami Chashi Shakti Jai Shakti Nandana Jai Shakti Nandana Jai Satinandana Jai Gaura Hari Jai Satinandana Jai Satinandana Jai Satinandana Jai Satinandana Jai Satinandana Jai Gaura Hari Jai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo We're studying the Mangacharan prayers. Do you have those? Who's been studying it carefully? For Shastra Jana. Okay, we'll look at it now. Mangalacharana. It's part of Shastra Jana. We're looking at the Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. Okay, the first verse. Do we have another microphone, please? Okay, Devavrata Prabhu, you start. The first verse. Om Jnana Timirandasya. You read the verse and explain the word for words. Okay. This is due in 2 weeks, everybody, so chop chop.
Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Getting there. Just need to adjust it to the right. There you go. And the down, please. Other way, other way, other way. Other down. Okay. Now, tell us about the words and what it means and what the feeling is. Go.
So Anjana or Ankyana means without knowledge or ignorance. Specifically ignorance of our eternal spiritual nature in relationship to Krishna. And that Ajnana is like Timira or darkness. It's a darkness which one cannot find their way through very easily. And Andasya, one has been blinded by that darkness of ignorance. Jnananjana, but just as one who's been blinded can receive a medicinal ointment and regain their ability to see, spiritual knowledge is applied to the eyes, which then acts as shalakaya, which is like a medical instrument which helps open the eye in order to see clearly. Chakshurun minitam. And the eyes become open. Yena, by who? Tasmai, onto Shri Gurave Namaha, onto the spiritual master who has opened our eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. So this verse is speaking about our position of being awakened to the path of self-realization by the grace of the spiritual master. And so we offer this prayer remembering that anything which we've acquired on the path of self-realization, which has protected us in terms of having knowledge of this world and how to navigate it, is coming by the grace of the spiritual master.
Sadhu, sadhu. Okay, Shamalangi's got the next verse. We want a full exposition and history of what it means.
Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam. The desires of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sthapitam Ena Bhutale, Srila Rupa Goswami, who understood the desires of Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and established them in this world. Swayam Rupa. Okay, let's see the meaning. He himself, he came to fulfill the desires of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To that, Srila Rupa Goswami. So the prayer is that when will that Rupa Goswami give me the shelter of his lotus feet, dadati swapadantikam.
What's the question word in it? How can you tell us the question?
When will Srila Rupa Goswami?
No, what's in Sanskrit?
Kada mahyam, when will he give me the shelter of his love. Kada is the question.
Okay, and give some context to the verse. Why is Rupa Goswami, especially in this verse, glorified as knowing the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Because Srila Rupa Goswami, Mahaprabhu, he was empowered by Mahaprabhu, and even when he came to Puri, like he would understand the heart of Mahaprabhu and write verses, whatever Mahaprabhu would say.
What
like
verse did he write? Sing it.
I don't know the verse fully, but Yak Komaram.
No, that's the one that Lord Chaitanya sang. He wrote another verse about that. Okay, give it to Krishna Saka. Where is he? Where's Krishna Saka? Okay, expound.
Expound? Sorry.
Speak freely.
Okay. Yes, as Mataji was saying, when Srila Rupa Goswami came to Jagannath Puri, so nobody could understand Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was singing Yaha Komara Harascha Eva Hivaras.
Sing it out.
I don't remember.
Go.
Yaha
Best you can.
Komara
Ya
Harasa.
Komara Harasa Eva Hivaras Eva Chaitra Shapas Te Kon Milita Malati Surabaya Proda Kadamba Nila Sachai Vasmita Tapi Tatra Surata Vyapara Lila Vido Deva Roda Sirevati Tarutare Cheta Samutkantate.
So this verse is at that time was a very mundane song, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was singing in front of Lord Jagannath's cart, and everybody was very astonished why Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is singing this verse, and nobody could understand this verse except Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami. And and Srila Rupa Goswami was also there, so when he heard this, he wrote the verse, understanding why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was singing that verse. And the verse says that so the mundane song is song about a woman who is singing that though I have married the same person, but I would like to go back to the river Reva and meet the same person in my youth. And so this is the mood of Srimati Radharani, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was singing in that mood, and Sri Rupa Goswami understood that and wrote a verse. So that's why this verse, Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam, meaning he understood the desire of the mind of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Sadhu, sadhu. Now Bhagavad Prana, sing the verse from Rupa Goswami that he wrote.
Priyasoyam Krishna sahagana kurukshetra militas tathaham
Saradha Taridham. Here you can fire up the harmonium. Tata Saradha. Here we go. Soyam Krishna Sahachari Guru Kshetra Militas Tata Hamsarada Tangama Sukham. This is not it. It's the okay. You have it. Third line. Lisang Amuke Ano me malindi Deena Vipinaya Srihayati Mano me kalindi Deena Vipinaya Srihayati. Go ahead, Bhagavat Prana.
So like Krishna Saka Prabhu just mentioned, Mahaprabhu was singing a mundane song about how there's a girl who she's reminiscing on the past with a relationship she had. And in the same way, Rupa Goswami writes this verse in the mood of Radharani. It takes the context behind the verses when Radharani goes to meet Krishna at Kurukshetra. She's not satisfied because she's saying, although I'm the same Radharani and you're the same Krishna, it's not the same, and it's because the place isn't the same. So that's why she says, Manome Kalindi Pulina Vipinaya, that she's wants to be by the she wants to be on the bank of the Yamuna, I believe.
What's the difference between the two places?
Kurukshetra, Krishna is he's not like his cowherd boy self. He's coming from Dwarka, and he's like in a very like regal attitude in that sense, and he's in a war right now. And then Radharani's longing that cowherd boy where he's not presenting himself so godly like. So she's reminiscing on that, and she's desiring for that.
What about
Krishna.
the war you said?
Actually,
No war. He just came for the eclipse, right?
Oh yeah.
They all came from Dwarka, so it's it's very opulent setting. And so she's saying, okay, so we're counting down the minutes until Deena Bandhu Prabhu comes. He'll be here at 7:50. So what I suggest is we spend a couple more minutes and then we greet Deena Bandhu Prabhu outside. Then we'll have the Guru Puja, and then we'll have class by His Grace Deena Bandhu Prabhu. Just so you know, he's a worldwide treasure in ISKCON. Joined ISKCON in the early days. I don't know exactly, but if I had to guess, I would say 1969 or 70, Portland, Oregon. And he's lived in Vrindavan for decades. Hindi bol sakte hai. So we want to give him a very warm welcome, because when a Vaishnav comes, then we give our heart and soul. Who wants to say any last thing about the Mangalacharana? Say something scripturally intelligent before we move on. We got 2 minutes. Kotakarnava, say something scripturally intelligent about the Mangalacharana in general. And quote a verse from the end of the Mangalacharana from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, first 14 verses. Quote the 13th verse. No, it's not 13, it's 15.
I think I don't remember the verse.
Okay.
I remember the translation by remembering the Vaishnavas, by remembering spiritual master, and so one invokes all auspiciousness by remembering the Guru, by remembering the Vaishnavas, and by remembering Krishna, and all the obstacles on one's path are removed.
And all one's desires are fulfilled too, right?
Yes.
Can you say the verse? Okay, quick, we got 30 seconds.
Granthera arambe kari mangalacharana guru Vaishnava Bhagavan tinera smarana.
Next one.
Tinera smarana hoy vigna vinashana anayase hoy nija vanchita.
Haribol. Okay, now let's go greet Deena Bandhu Prabhu and see if we can wake up our neighbors. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow down to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. Our only wish is to have our consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens our darkened eyes and fills our hearts with transcendental knowledge. He is our Lord, birth after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor and the lowly master of the village. O Master, please be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. We take shelter of your lotus feet. Sri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Manual right now. Bandhu mui savadana mate. Bandhu mui savadana. Too low. Krishna prapti hoy jahoy Krishna prapti hoy jahoy Padma Vakya Chitete Kuriya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Kuriya Anakori ho mane Shri Guru Charane Rati Eshayu Samagati Guru Charane Rati Yeshe Utama Gati pure sarva prasade pure sarva Gan lote janne janne prabhu se Divya gyan hire prakashito Divya gyan hire prakashito Prema bhakti jaha hoite avidya vinasa jate Prema bhakti jaha hoite avidya vinasa jate Vede gagahara charito Vede gagahara charito Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janara Bandhu Adama Janara Lokana Kogera Divana Lokana Kogera Divana Aha Taru Kora Doya Deha More Pada Chaya Ha Prabhu Kora Doya Deha More Pada Chaya Ebe Jash Vana Ebe Jash Vana Ha ha Prabhu Kora Doya Deha More Pada Chaya Ha ha Prabhu Kora Doya Deha More Pada Chaya Prabhu Kora Doya Deha More Pada Chaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Srimate Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauramani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyabhari Paschatyarishatadine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Radha Shivasari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Radha Shivasari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Radha Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaura Premanande Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Sharinam Maha Mantra ki, Shri Harinam Prabhu ki, Go Premanande, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Jai Natalila Vishnu Mr. Pad is divine grace, the AC, Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki. ISKCON, Samstapik Acharya's divine grace, Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Natalila Vishnu Mr. Pad is divine grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada ki. Ananda Gauri Vaishnavrinda ki. Sad Goswami Prabhu ki. Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Go Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki. Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham ki. Sri Navadip Maya Pradham ki. Sri Jagannath Puri Dham ki. Gangamai Jamunamai ki. Srimati Brindadevi Tulsi Maharani ki. Srimati Bhakti Devi ki. Sri Harinam Sankirtana ki. Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Book Distribution ki. ISKCON Silicon Valley ki. Sri Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki. Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan Ji ki. Dai Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotee. All glories to the assembled devotee. All glories to the assembled devotee. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. No. Do you want to speak on a verse? No, I was going to speak some Krishna Lila, especially about Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay.
Welcome everyone to ISKCON of Silicon Valley. Those of you who are here in the live studio audience, thank you very much for coming out. For those of you who are online, thank you for tuning in. It's a great pleasure to introduce His Grace Deena Bandhu Prabhu. He's his own tattva. A disciple of Srila Prabhupada.
Trying to be.
From the early days of ISKCON. You can safely say he's seen it all through every era and has been a representative of one who follows Srila Prabhupada's footsteps and stays with Srila Prabhupada's institution, has done so over many, many decades, and very particularly has cultivated the mood of Vrindavan, having stayed there for decades, and having absorbed the Srimad Bhagavatam and all of other Prabhupada's books. He takes devotees on tours of Vrindavan and other holy places, and having been absorbed in the Leela of Vrindavan, and of course all of Krishna's Leelas, he speaks all over the world. Deena Bandhu Prabhu, thank you very much. You know, this is his first time to this part of the world, the peninsula. We're not in San Jose, by the way. We're in Mountain View. But now you know your way to San Jose. And I'd like to warmly welcome, for all of us to warmly welcome Deena Bandhu Prabhu. This is a great opportunity to have association with a sadhu. So please give a warm welcome from ISV and everyone online too. You can join in. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Anyway, it's an extremely ecstatic honor to be here at the lotus feet of Sriman Mahaprabhu, to be here at the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan, to be at the lotus feet of Sri Prahlad Nrsingadev, to be here at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. And it's very ecstatic to be here with all the wonderful devotees of ISKCON Silicon Valley. Although I'm born in LA, I've never been to this area before. The closest I got was San Luis Obispo or something. Or maybe Fresno, I don't know. So anyway, it's very ecstatic. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Isora Nandana Brajanaranda Yashoda Nandana Brajanaranda Yamuna Tira Banatyari Yamuna Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Yashodanandana Vrajanandana Yashodanandana Vrajanandana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Vijaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Sri Sri Radha Madhava Ki Jai Nitalila Vishnu Surad Sapang Grace AC Bhakti Varan Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananda Guri Vaishnavanda Ki Sadgoswami Prabhu Ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Se Go Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Go Shama Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Bolo Sri Sri Krishna Baldao Ki Jai Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the Assembly of Buddha. All glories to the Assembly of Buddha. All glories to the Assembly of Buddha. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. So this beautiful song of Srila Prabhupada's, he used to chant wherever he went in the world before his lecture. And it's a very simple song, just like sometimes we sing Narottam songs, there's some mana siksha there, some instruction. But no instruction in this song. Sometimes we sing a song, Gwala Bala Sangha Deen, which Hare Krishna's herding the cows with the copper boys. No lila. Simply names of Krishna. But these names of Krishna range in such a way, whole picture of Vrindavan comes. First of all, Jai Radha Madhav, because Radha and Madhav, they're the essence of Vrindavan. Because traveling, we just went through Japan, so many beautiful forests in Japan. Then we went to Honolulu, we saw waterfalls and beautiful forests. But why are we interested in this forest? Here we see so many forests. And why are we interested in this Vrindavan forest? Because even today, for those who are fortunate, they can see Radha and Krishna's pastimes going on. So first, Jai Radha Madhava, Kunja Vihari. In Vrindavan, so many kunjas are there. One recording, Prabhupada talks about this song. He says, Vrindavan is a very natural place. We don't see any picture of skyscraper buildings or motor cars. We see nice trees and flowers, kadamba flowers and like that. Natural place. Jai Radha Madhava, Kunja Vihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha. So many gopis are there. Because you may know, Nanda Baba, he has 9 lakhs of cows. So we need a lot of gopis for milking those cows. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Gopi Jana Ballava Giri Baradari. Our picture of Vrindavan will be totally incomplete without Giriraj. Giriraj is very, very powerful for giving us Krishna Bhakti. Kunja Bihai Gopi Jana Giri Baradari. Yasoda Nandana, Yasoda Mata is there. She is the emblem of love for Krishna. Every day Krishna leaves his house, the palace. He goes down to the gate of Nandagam with all his cowherd friends. He goes through the gate, and Mother Yasoda is coming behind. And she also comes through the gate. And Lala says, no, it's all right, Maya. With all my friends, you can stay here. And she takes her back to the gate. And again he goes. She again comes behind. He said, I'm with Baldao. You must know that if I'm with Baldao, then I have 1 million friends. And if Baldao's with me, he has 1 million friends. No, nothing to worry about. Mati takes her back. Then again she comes, not just Baldao, but Subal. We know Su also makes, we put that prefix on any word, it becomes more powerful. Subal is there, don't worry, Maya. 5, 6 times he takes her back. She's the image of love. Yasoda Nandana, Braja Jana Ranjana, all the Brishvasis are there. Krishna by his own voice, he's told, Brishvasi Balab Sada Mira Jivan Pran. These Brishvasis are more dear to me than my life. Soda Nandana, Braja Jana Ranjana, Jamuna. Jamuna comes straight down from Delhi, but when she gets to Braj, she begins to go like this and like this. She doesn't want to leave. She gives Vrindavan a big embrace by 3 sides. Then, like a half moon, she flows around Mathura. And like an opposite half moon, she flows around Gokul. And then she goes off to meet her sister, Ganga, in Prayag. Jamuna Tira. Tira means bank, not the ones that are ripping us off. The banks of the river, Manachari. And on the western bank of Jamuna, there's 7 forests. Madhuvan, Talavan, Kambudvan, Bahulavan, the biggest, Vrindavan, and then one so far away, it's in Rajasthan in the west, Kamivan. And then on the eastern bank of the Jamuna, we have Bhadravan, Bhandirvan, Bhelvan, Lohavan, and Gokul, Mahavan. One forest has 2 names, Gokul and Mahavan. So 7 and 5, 12. There's 12 major forests of Vrindavan. So a whole picture of Vrindavan comes in this song. This is why it was Srila Prabhupada's favorite when he went all over the world. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chaksurum Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manubhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swaparandigam Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vanchakalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubheva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. So last night we went with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Radhakund. And he revealed Radhakund to the eyes of the world. Everything we see is only by mercy of Mahaprabhu. Just like you have this beautiful Mahaprabhu here with his hands like this, just giving the mercy. Sometimes we see like this, bringing the mercy, but your Mahaprabhu is giving the mercy. Otherwise we can take and say, what are you guys doing out there in the material world? Come on, back to home, back to Godhead. Because he revealed Radhakund and Chamakund to the eyes of the world, and he sent the 6 Goswamis to excavate all of the lost holy places. So everything we see is only by Sriman Mahaprabhu's mercy. So after Radhakund, the next place he went was Kusum Sarovar. Although in Chaitanya Charitamrita it mentions Sumana Sarovar. But Kusum or Suman, they both mean flower. Because there used to be many beautiful flower gardens. And very clearly in Chaitanya Charitamrita it says that Mahaprabhu came to Sumana Sarovar and he took darshan of Govardhan Hill. Huh? So, how many people have been to Kusum Sarovar? Did anybody see Govardhan there? No. Even in 500 years, Govardhan has sunk so much. We know that he was cursed, that he's sinking. One sesame seed, everybody says mustard seed, but I read the Sanskrit, it says till is sesame seed. He's sinking one sesame. So even in 500 years, only we go a little further, we see Govardhan start to rise up out of the ground. He came to Kusum Sarovar. And used to be, it's called Kusum Sarovar because there used to be so many flower gardens there. And one day, Radharani and all her friends, they were picking flowers there at Kusum Sarovar. In fact, on the south side of Kusum Sarovar, that forest is known as Pushpavan. Now it's all sticker trees, but it used to be a beautiful flower forest there. Pushpa means flower. So, Radharani and her Sakhis, they were picking flowers. And Krishna came, disguised as the Mali, the gardener. He said, "Hey, what are you girls doing picking all these flowers? Who gave you permission to pick these flowers?" And Radharani said, "We come here every day, nobody ever bothers us. Just because you were doing something wrong and no one ever caught you, it doesn't make it right. This forest belongs to King Kamadev. And he's asked me to find out who's stealing his flowers. Because I was thinking, this King Kamadev, he's so powerful, he's so great, no one would dare to come to this forest. So I never caught you before, but today I've caught you. You're stealing flowers from King Kamadev's forest." And Radharani said, "Who is this King Kamadev? We never, even in dream, I never heard of this King Kamadev. And we come here every day and nobody ever bothers us." Well, anyway, today I was herding my cows and I decided to, just by chance, to come and see, and I caught you. And I'm going to take you before this King Kamadev you've never heard of. I'm going to take you before him. He's going to punish you. Because you're a big thief. Radharani said, "How dare you call me a thief?" And Krishna said, "Yes, I can prove it. You have completely plundered the beauty of this Braj. Just see, the beauty of your eyes has been stolen from the lotus flowers of Braj. The beauty of your nose has been stolen from the sesame flowers of Braj. The beauty of your teeth has been stolen from the pomegranate of Braj. The beauty of your waist has been stolen from the thin waist of the lions of Braj." In this way, Krishna goes on and on and on, how Radharani has completely plundered his Braj of all its beauty. She's a great thief. Like that. I think today, even today, he's still going on describing how she's a thief. So, another time, Radharani came there and she was picking flowers. And she had her little basket and she's picking flowers. And she saw one flower, a very beautiful flower up in a tree. But it's a little bit beyond reach. So she set her basket down and she jumped. Ching, ching, ching. And all her bangles and her ankle bells are making nice sound. Ching, ching. I always feel so sad when I come to the West. Nobody has bangles. Very few. Those from India they have, because they can't go outside the house without bangles. Because our Indian girls, they never go outside the house without bangles. In fact, I always tell everyone, tomorrow nobody's allowed on the bus without bangles. And I made lots of converts. So Radharani's bangles going ching, ching, but she couldn't reach that flower. So she said, "All right, forget it." And she went picking flowers again. Krishna was hiding in the bushes. He saw this scene. So when she turned her back, he ran, he climbed up that tree, and he put his foot on that branch and brought it down low like this. And Radharani was picking, and she saw, "Oh, looks like that branch has become in reach." And she set her basket down, she grabbed the end of that branch and she went to pick the flower, and Krishna pulled his foot away. And Radharani went screaming up into the tree. And suddenly, a gallant young lad appeared on the scene to save our young damsel in distress. Like this, so many wonderful, millions of pastimes take place at Kusum Sarovar. And just beside Kusum Sarovar, there's a beautiful little temple called Radha Banavihari. This is managed now by the devotees of Chopati, because there was an old Baba there named Biharilal. And he became very old, so he turned it over to some devotees, and eventually Chopati is maintaining it. There's a nice devotee there, Nityananda Mahajan from Scotland or someplace, and Pulindi Mataji from Port Elizabeth in South Africa. And there's one forest of Braj that got lost in South Africa somehow or another. Because in Hindi, when we say dur, dur means far away. So that's the Durban. And what happened was, sometime, again, Krishna disguised himself as a Mali. In the middle of the altar, you see this big picture. Krishna's disguised as a flower Mali. He's even got his big mustache and everything. And he's braiding and combing and decorating Radharani's hair with flowers. So this is called Radha Banavihari. And you see there on the altar, there's one very dark Shila, and they made this little false arm, and he's got a golden comb. And you see the other golden Shila with her braid, and the top Shila is braiding Radharani's hair. And in the middle of the altar, this picture. And Radharani, she's looking in a mirror, but she's not looking at herself in the mirror. She's looking at the beautiful face of Krishna Chandra in the mirror. And they give out beautiful pictures of this and little buttons also, if you go there. It's a very beautiful place. Now, this place was actually excavated by a king from a village called Orcha. In Madhya Pradesh, there's a big village called Orcha. So Orcha Naresh, Bir Singh Deo, he excavated this kund. And just to give you some idea what type of kings walked on the earth before, Bir Singh Deo, one time he went to Mathura, to Visramghat. And he had them bring a scale, not like you have in your bathroom at home, but you know, when you go to buy your fruit like this, but a great big one. And he sat on one side. Now these kings were not ordinary persons. Have you ever been to the Palace Museum in Jaipur? You can see Madhu Singh's yogi pants are there, and they must be at least 6 feet wide. Now, of course, you know, he pulled it with a string, but still, you can just imagine how big he was, you know. So he sat on one side. He must have been similar like that, and had his ministers put gold coins on the other side. Just imagine at today's price, you know. When that weighed just as much as his weight, he gave that in charity to all the temples and Brahmins of Mathura. Such kings used to walk the face of this earth like this. He give away such gold quantities in charity. So then there was one character named Maharaj Surajmal. And somehow he gathered all the little dacoit groups of Braj together, made a big army, and declared himself the king of Bharatpur. And he made a big army, and he chased all of the Mughals out of Braj up to Delhi. Unfortunately, and you've seen, if you go up top, there's beautiful gardens. He made all these beautiful gardens up there on the top of behind Kusum Sarovar. Anyway, they there was an ambush and he was killed. His army wasn't defeated, but out of sorrow they all retreated. So his son, Jawaharlal Singh, he vowed that he will attack Delhi, and with the loot he'll come back and build a beautiful memorial for his father. So he brought back that loot, and he built this beautiful dome structure there. You've all seen, you know. And how he built this, especially this dome, they say it's all one stone. How he got it up there without Larsen and Toubro, I have no idea. And it's an amazing place. Inside, on all the four sides, there's pictures of the king. There's one picture, he's worshipping Krishna. Another one is a court scene. Another one, hunting scene. Then there's a battle scene. And then in between, there's all Krishna Lila. In fact, there's one picture that Narad Muni, Lord Shiva, and Indra and everyone has come to worship Radha and Krishna, and you see the holy Leela is there, and Julan, just like Julan's coming in a little while, Julan Leela is there, and Man Leela, you see Radharani, she's not even looking at Krishna, and Lalita's standing behind and trying to put her hand into Krishna. Krishna's reaching out with his hand, and Lalita's, because Man means you take a little anger and some pride and some crocodile tears and some coquettishness, you know, and you mix it all together like artists. So Radharani's upset with Krishna. He says, Man Lila. So the Man Lila is there. Then there's rows and rows of paintings. And if you see that, the Giriraj Lila is there, and so many Leelas are there. Then there's another row of paintings in the dome, and you'll see, easiest way, one is the Julan Lila, and you look straight up from the Julan Lila to the next row of paintings, and you'll see one pillar splitting in half. Then you'll realize in a minute that this is Nrsingadev. And then you can see next one is Varaha and Matsya and Kurma like this. I'm not the exact order, but anyway, this side, so many, then, you know, there's Kapila Dev and Krishna and Radha and Krishna and Balaram and Kalki like this, all these, and so many beautiful, and all made with natural paints. And even I've been coming there since 1974, and I hardly faded away. And then there's another dome on this side. That's his chief queen, Kaishori, and that's where that picture of Krishna braiding, that's disguised as a Mali with a big black mustache, braiding Radharani's hair, comes from inside that dome. There's a picture, different pastimes or pictures inside there. In fact, the whole Ram Leela is there, the whole big picture of attacking Ravana, and Lord Ram is there. And then on the other side, there's another smaller dome. Those were his co-wives. So he built this beautiful memorial there for his father. And you go outside, and the lotus feet are there of the king, I guess. But maybe it's Krishna. We like to think it's Krishna's lotus feet. Very, very beautiful place. Then beside that, beside Kusum Sarovar in the corner, there's a little structure, and you go inside. This is Uddhav Mandir. Because Uddhav has two forms. One visible form, he's staying in Badrinath. But in invisible form, he stays around Kusum Sarovar. In fact, there's a beautiful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a Ham Syam, I can't remember it just now, but that I just want to be the dust. I just want to be the creepers and the Gulma Lata Oshadinam. Gulma means creepers, and Olata means creepers, Gul means flower tree, Gulma Lata Oshadinam, herb. I just want to be the herbs and creepers and just like this, but not on the straight path. Because when gopis are mad looking for Krishna with tears in their eyes, they'll run in a crooked way. They'll go in the hither and thither path. So I want to be in that hither and thither path, so the gopis' dust will come. Charanarenu means dust of the feet. Because he's Uddhav, he's Krishna's minister of Dwarka. How can he go and take the gopis will never let him touch their feet. So he's praying to become Gulmalata Usadinam, just so the dust of the gopis will come on his head. So he's staying there in a secret form. Now in the Bhagavad Mahatmya of Skanda Puran, it describes, of course in Bhagavatam it tells another story, that all the queens were kidnapped. But in Skanda Puran, it must be a different, whenever there's different stories, and Jiva Goswami says this is Kalpa Ved, another Kalpa, it happened like that. That Arjuna, he brought all of the queens to Mathura, where Bhadranav was, Krishna's great-grandson was reigning there in Mathura. And all the queens, they went to take bath in the Jamuna. And when they got down to the Jamuna, they saw she was flowing by so very happily. And they said, Ari Saki, you're also the Patrani, you're also the queen of Krishna. We're all suffering in separation from our Lord. How are you so happy? And Jamuna said, I have a benediction from Srimati Radharani that I never experience the separation of the Lord. So how we can get that benediction? He said, actually, you're also not separated from the Lord, because all of the queens of Dwarka, they're expansions of the 16,100 gopis. Those 16,000 queens are all expansions of the gopis. They're all part and parcel of Radharani. And there's no separation between us and Krishna, but you haven't realized it. So how can we realize it? Then she very clearly says, Govardhanam Kusumbanam. You go to the hill of Govardhan, you go to that Kusum forest, and there you do Nam Sankirtan with mridangas and kartals, and she gives a whole bunch of Venas, and it gives a whole description. And Uddhav will appear. And he will fulfill all of your desires. So Bhadranath and Arjuna, they brought everyone, all the people of Mathura, everybody came along. And they had a big Sankirtan festival beside Kusum Sarovar. And they were dancing and singing, and suddenly Uddhav appeared from the bushes, from the grass and creepers and bushes of Kusum Sarovar. He appeared. And when he saw Parikshit Maharaj, he immediately embraced him. He said, oh, you're so dear to the Lord. Even before you were born, you got darshan of the Lord. You're so much dear to the Lord. And he goes on explaining the glories of Parikshit Maharaj, and Parikshit Maharaj is embarrassed. And then he says, they explain the purpose of their coming. And he said, yes, I will speak Srimad Bhagavatam to you. And then he goes on and on and on, glorifying Bhagavatam, that so-and-so spoke Bhagavatam, and this happened, and so-and-so heard Bhagavatam, and this happened. He goes on glorifying the Bhagavatam like anything. So for the next 30 days, I will speak Bhagavatam to all these queens and all the people from Mathura. But I have a very special service for you, Parikshit Maharaj. He said, what's that? I said, whatever you want, I'm ready to do. He said, see, now Lord has left, so now Kali will enter. And wherever some good thing is going on, Kali will try to disturb it. Especially Kali comes in the form of sleep, you know. Everybody sitting in Srimad Bhagavatam and Kali comes. So you have to go and battle with Kali, so that he won't disturb our session here. And Parikshit said, well, gladly I'll go, but then how will I hear Srimad Bhagavatam? He said, don't worry. What I'm going to do for these queens in 30 days, the great soul sage Sukadev Goswami will do for you in 7 days. You will hear Srimad Bhagavatam in 7 days. And because of this recital by Sukadev Goswami of Srimad Bhagavatam to you, the people of Bharat will realize the greatness. They're all busy in karma and gyan and dhyan and all these things, but they will realize that this Srimad Bhagavatam is giving the highest thing. Premo Pumarta Mahan, the highest goal of life, of human life, is prem. People will understand the greatness of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bharat. And then the fame of Srimad Bhagavatam will go all over the world. You know, I hadn't read this before because they tell so much story that up to that Uddhav, you know, sent him away and to hear, and the queens heard, and they all became, and nobody saw them after Sukadev goes after. Uddhav spoke Srimad Bhagavatam, everybody merged into the spiritual world and nobody ever saw them again. So they only tell that much. But I got a copy of a translation of the Bhagavad Mahatmya, and I said, and this is what it says. It says, because of Sukadev Goswami speaking Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj, the fame, everybody in Bharat will understand its fame, and then the fame of Srimad Bhagavatam will go all over the world. And we know now that this is because of our very merciful and wonderful A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada translated this Bhagavatam into English. And now it's in so many languages. It's gone all over the world. So this is predicted here in Skanda Puran. I was just astounded when we read this thing. So from there, yeah, no, I spoke that. Yeah, no, I spoke all that. So, what time is it? Okay. We can go till? 9:30. 9:30, okay. So just down the road a ways from Kusam Sarovar, we eventually enter the town of Govardhan. Because the whole place is called Govardhan, but there's a specific town right in the middle. And we always have a nice kirtan to enliven all the Govardhan Basis. And eventually we come in the middle of the town. There's a very beautiful structure, looks just like Kusam Sarovar, reminds us of Kusam Sarovar. This was a palace of the king of Bharatpur. And it's called Panchatirtha Kund. And the king of Bharatpur built this place, and he put the water of 5 different rivers. Gomti and Betwa and so many different, I can't remember the 5. Kanchi, so many, 5 different rivers water. Narmada, are all in this Kund. In a very beautiful place. And my older godbrothers who lived before me in Vrindavan, they told that one time the king of Bharatpur offered this place to Prabhupada. But in the end, he wanted some money under the table. Because all these kings, like I said, they had so much wealth before, but after independence, they all were finished. So now they just, whatever properties they have, they just sell one off and drink it all, and sell it off and drink it off, and like this are going on. So somehow or other, he wanted some money out of it. And Prabhupada said, I'm a sannyasi, he's a king, he should give it to me free. Otherwise, maybe Krishna Balaram Mandir would be there right beside Manasi Ganga. So it never came through. But anyway, it's a very beautiful. Yes. Narmada? Gomati? Sarayu? Oh, Sarayu, is from Ayodhya. Kanchi from and Betri. All right. All these 5 rivers are there. The next to that is, you'll see huge crowds going into this temple. Just a little bit off the Prikrama Marg, you go inside it a little, you see huge crowds. And everybody's selling cups of milk or even buckets of milk, and they have, all around the whole area. At least some reasonable facsimile of milk, anyway. And this place is called Mukharavind. This is the main temple of Govardhan. So most of you can figure out Mukh Aravind. Mukh means mouth and Aravind means lotus. This is a lotus mouth. Of course, the Ballabh Sampradaya, they say that Jatipur is a lotus mouth. But anyway, we hear every day, Anganyi Yasya Sakale. Krishna's limbs are all, it could be anywhere, you know. But anyway, our Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we accept this as the Mukh Aravind. And I beg you and plead with you, if you want to buy a cup of milk, buy the clay cups. Don't buy the plastic cups. This plastic is just polluting our breads like anything. Or else you can just buy a bucket also. And there's a big Shila there. There's two very special Shilas. One is, there's a big Shila in the front like this, and then behind there's a big Shila, very long Shila shaped like this. And if you look closely, you see Krishna's peacock feather. You see all the different colors are coming because they call this Mukut money. So everybody is pouring milk. They all come in with their cups or their buckets or whatever, and whole day long, Abhishek is going on here at Mukh Aravind. And so many other Shilas are there, and there's a place where you can bathe, and they have water squirting out from Manasi Ganga. You take bath there, and very wonderful place, and all day long. Then in the night, they decorate him very nicely. They put a nice silver face over top of the Shila, and they're very nice decorations in the night. So, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati is also on his Prikama. He confirmed this is the Mukh Aravind for all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So how Manasi Ganga appeared is at one time Krishna killed a demon named Vatsasura, who was in the form of a calf. Calf. Just like we saw in very cultured Hindi when we went to speak to a young person, and we'll say Vats, just like you saw in the Mahabharata when that was on TV, you know, hey Vats, whenever they because it's, you know, as soon as you see a calf, then automatically Vatsali Ras just comes pouring in your heart. So he killed that Vatsasura. It was in the form of a calf. Then the cowboy said, we can't play with you anymore. You did a big pop. You know pop. Coca-Cola 7-Up. No. Pop means sin. He said, you've done a big pop. We can't play with you anymore. And Krishna said, what do I have to do to get free from this sin? So the cowboys said, you will have to go take bath in Ganga. And Krishna said, Are, Ganga is very far away. How can I be away from all you boys for so long? He said, I'm going to bring Ganga here to this place and take my bath. And Krishna sat down, and by his manas, means by his mind, he created Ganga right in this place in the middle of Govardhan. So therefore it became known as Manasi Ganga. And Krishna took his bath, and then the cowherd boys would play with him again. One time, Krishna saw that Mother Yasoda was cooking all kinds of funny things. Not the regular rice, dal, chapati, and sabji. She was making all these things fried in ghee. Just like there's special noodles we call save, and little cracker-like things we call matri, and puris, and samosas, and kachoris, and all types of fried things she was making. And Lala came and said, Maya, what kind of funny bhojan are you making today, Maya? I said, Lala, we're going on pilgrimage. Acha, where are we going, Maya? We're going to Ganga. And all these things are cooked in ghee. They will last for a long time, so we'll eat them along the way. And Lala said, but Ganga's not so far away that you have, because still today in India, there's people that won't eat things cooked outside the house. Becoming less, Otherwise, we wouldn't hear so much racket on the train, you know. Kela, kela, banana, kela, kela, banana. Save, save, apple, apple, save, save. Santari, santari, orange, orange, santari, santari, orange. Time pass ke liye pina, time pass ke liye pina. Chai, chai. But still, you see, cultured people, they bring their little tiffins and they eat their little things along the way. And so he said, and why are we going to Ganga? Huh? And Mother Yasoda said, look, Lala, I'm busy cooking. You go ask your Baba. Huh? Because the little boys, he has too many questions, isn't it? The other mothers are smiling. They know. You go ask your Baba. So, Baba, where are we going? So, Lala, we're going to Ganga. And why, Baba? Why are we going to Ganga? Huh? Well, last night, Sandilya Rishi came. Because just like Vasudev, he's got his guru, Garga Rishi in Mathura. So his disciple, Sandilya Rishi, is Nanda Baba's cool guru. So Sandilya Rishi was telling us about the glories of Ganga. He was preaching to us about the glories of Ganga.
समोसे की तरह होती है जो पैटी तो उसका भोग लगा के खाना है डू यू अंडरस्टैंड मेरी क्लास चल रही होगी उस टाइम पे
Huh?
It's also live on Zoom, so somebody unmuted.
Okay. So where were we? No, Sandilya Rishi told him that there was this big black snake living on the banks of the Ganga, and he was coming and going from his hole. One day he came out of his hole, and who was flying overhead? Garud. And Garud likes to eat snakes. So Garud came down and he grabbed that snake with his talons and took him up in the air. And as he left his body, the tip of his tail touched Ganga. Immediately he took a forearm for him just like Vishnu. And Garud was so surprised, he immediately put him on his back and took him back to Vaikuntha. So therefore we got desire, we want to go to Ganga and take bath. But Baba, Ganga's not so far away. Why are you making all these preparations? Ganga's just here on the side of Govardhan. Are Lala, what are you talking? No, come Baba, come Baba. He took Baba by the finger, you know. Because just like we read in Radha Krishna Gano Desha Deepika that Nanda Baba's beard is salt and pepper. Just like all my peppers gone now. So only in his old age, he finally got a child. And we know that the relation between the grandson and the grandfather, that is so sweet. So it's almost like Krishna is his grandson, you know. And Krishna is taking his finger, come Baba, come Baba, come Baba. So sweet. And they came down to Manasi Ganga. And Baba said, how do we know this is Ganga Lala? What are you talking? And suddenly, Ganga Devi appeared riding on a crocodile. And Jamuna rides on? You don't know. Turtle. When we go to the Jamuna, we see so many turtles, Or at least we used to be. So Ganga came riding on her muggermuch, and she told Nanda, this is actually Ganga. Because this Ganga is created from Krishna's mind. This Ganga is 100 times more purifying than that other Ganga. So all the Brishbazis, they very happily took their bath in Manasi Ganga. And it became a very favorite place on Govardhan. And sometimes, just like at that time, Manasi Ganga was actually a flowing river. And one time, Radharani and all the Sakhis came there, and they had their big pots of buttermilk and yogurt. And they wanted to cross the Ganga. So Radharani sent Lalita Vishaka, find a boatman. So they looked all over, they couldn't find any boatman. Just there was some boatman. He had his chadar pulled over his head. And he was sleeping. And they came, boatman. He said, please take us to the other side of the Ganga. And he looked and he said, my boat is very old, and you girls are so many, and your cargo is so heavy, I can't go. Better you go I find some other boatman. I'm sleeping. But boatman, there's no other boatman around. All right, let me ask my boat. Are we never heard of a talking boat. And he said, yes. So he asked his boat, and he says he'll go, but only if he washes the feet of one of you. Which one? He says that one who's the daughter of Brisabhanu. And Radharani said, no way. It's all right, then I'm going back to sleep. Then Radharani, all right. Then he washed Radharani's feet very carefully. He sprinkled on himself, on his boat, on the Ganga. And all the girls got in the boat, and he began to row. All of a sudden, big waves started coming. Clouds came, and a big cold wind began to blow, and rain was coming. And her boatman, he pulled out the plug in the bottom of his boat, and water was coming, and the boat was rocking, and everyone's very frightened. And Radharani told Lalita and Visakha, go there and tell this boatman to please save us. And they went there and said, oh, boatman, please save us. He said, I told you from the beginning, my boat is very old. You girls are too many. And besides, your cargo is so heavy. If you don't throw all this buttermilk and yogurt overboard, we're all going to drown. So all the gopis threw their buttermilk and yogurt and ghee into the Ganga, and still the boat is rocking, and our boatman is making it even worse. He's rowing in a funny way. And Lalita Visakha, okay, boatman, please save us. I told you from the beginning, you girls are too many. My boat is very old. And besides, you girls have so much heavy jewelry. If you don't throw all this gold and silver and diamond and ruby and all of overboard, we're all going to drown. So the gopis, they threw all their costly jewelry, all their nose pins and everything over into the Ganga. And still, the boat is rocking, waves are coming, water is getting deeper inside the boat. And so finally again, Radharani sent Lalita Visakha. They went there. He said, boatman, please save us. He said, I told you from the beginning. My boat is very old and leaky, and you girls are too many. And besides, you're wearing such heavy saris. If you don't throw all these saris overboard, we're all going to drown. And Lalita Sakhi says, we got a better idea. We're going to throw you overboard. Then Radharani came, and she hung around this boatman's neck like a necklace. And she says, oh, boatman, please save us. Don't let us do this. So you must have figured out who her boatman is by now. Now he's got his desire. Radharani's hanging his neck just like a necklace. And she felt something hard under his chadar. And she reached, and she pulled out Krishna's flute. Then they unmasked him. And then Krishna, all the waves went away. He put the cork back. And then so many beautiful boating pastimes on the Manasi Ganga. There's so many beautiful boat pastimes also happen there. And it said, I think it's in Padma Puran, that when one does Prikrama of Govardhan, he should take bath in Manasi Ganga and then take darshan of Haridev. Because just nearby, there's when you come, after you pass the Mukharvin, you go down the road a little ways, and there's a little road that goes into Manasi Ganga. That's usually where we go and sit peacefully, and because in the Mukharavind temple, there's just big chaos that's going on, which was a small place before, but one Ramanriti Maharaj from Ramanriti in Gokul, he's built a huge, big temple there. It's a very beautiful place. One time we were there, and a little misty rain was coming, and beautiful rainbow was over the whole place. It was so beautiful. So anyway, we go there and sit on the steps, and there's a nice place where we sit and tell all these pastimes and everything. But then from the corner, there's a little road that goes inside. You follow this little road inside, and you see this big red temple. And we had to revise our book because it didn't used to have any domes on top. But some Brisbasi from Govardhan, some Govardhan Vasi, he became very wealthy. So he put these two big, beautiful domes on top. So we had to take that picture out of our book. In the last printing, we had to put a new picture in. It's got these beautiful domes on top. And the Braj Vikas Trust, because it used to have steps that were obviously they must have been from Treta Yuga. There's big steps to go up to this temple. Those steps were from Treta Yuga. Anyway, now they have nice Kali Yuga steps. So young people like me have a very easy time to go up. And you'll see a beautiful, big long hall, and then there's a temple room. And sometimes they let us take pictures, sometimes they don't. It all depends on their mood that day, or who's doing the puja that day. And beautiful deity you'll see of Haridev with his left hand raised in the sky. And all one time, because in the springtime, it's like we go in Kartik, we know the Kartik, the Ras Leela takes place in autumn time in Vrindavan town. That's why Vrindavan town became so famous from Ras Leela. But in the springtime, the Vasant Ras takes place on Govardhan. And one time Krishna disappeared from the gopis. And they were all running, Haridev, Haridev, Haridev. So there at that place, they saw Krishna standing there. This beautiful form of Krishna appeared there, Haridev. So Mahaprabhu also describes in Chaitanya Charitamrita that after bathing in Manasi Ganga, then he came for darshan of Haridev. And very beautiful darshan is there. He's always decorated very nicely. And they're always giving out nice prasadam. You give a nice donation, they give nice prasad. A very beautiful place. And big hall is there. So in that big hall, because it describes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, a picture used to be in the side of our temple in the old days. They have these, in Krishna Balaram Mandir, they have these paintings. There used to be a painting there of Mahaprabhu dancing in front of Haridev with all the devotees and everything. So we always have big jump up and down, run back and forth kirtan there in the hallway. And so Mahaprabhu also came there, took darshan, and he was dancing in ecstasy. And all the Brishbasis were astonished. They saw the ecstatic love that this person had. They said, he's just like our Brajendra Nandan Shyamsundar. But instead of being blackish, he's become golden in color. And instead of a flute and a cowherd stick, he's got a sannyas danda and a kamandalu. But this is our Brajendra Nandan Shyamsundar. They were all amazed. And in fact, now, 2 years ago, the disciples of Jayapataka Maharaj, they put the lotus footprints all over Braj. And right there beside the Haridev temple, beautiful platform. They have a verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita about Mahaprabhu dancing in front of Haridev, and they put beautiful marble lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there. It's a very beautiful place. I remember one time, who's our MP in Vrindavan? Hema Malini. Hema Malini came to Braj, and Gopal Krishna Maharaj, bless his soul, he sent her to me. And she was pretending to be a tourist. She always kept this camera in front of her face, and but somehow you can't fool Brijbasis. They figured it all out. It was like Krishna entering Dwarka. We were going to Haridev, and everybody was standing on the roofs and any high place to take darshan of Hema Malini. So finally, it's all right. Let's go to Govindakund. There, Govindakund, nobody recognized. And from that Prikama, I took her all around Braj, and then she got the desire to do some service in Braj. So now she's our MP there, and she's trying. It's difficult to get anything done, but anyway, they're doing some nice things. But the original Haridev Didi is in a village near Kanpur. Rajnagam, something like that. And because this temple was built by Bhagwan Singh, who was another king of Jaipur. So this Haridev temple was Bhagwan Singh built this beautiful temple there. But when the Muslims attacked, then they took the Didi to the Dehat, the outskirts of Kanpur. There's a village. And one disciple of Radha Govinda Maharaj, because the first time I saw it was just a tiny little broken down place, tiny little shrine was there, and I don't know how much worship was going on, but anyway, one disciple of Radha Govinda Maharaj went there. He took over the place somehow or other, and he built a beautiful temple. And you can see Haridev there, very beautiful place. Whenever we went to Kumbh Mela in Prayag, then we used to stop at that place and take darshan. A very beautiful temple is there now. A nice worship is going on. And just near Haridev, there's another kund called Brahma Kund. And one very old Brijvasi Brahmin from Mathura, I think it was Trivikram Chobe. As I recall his name was Trivikram Chobe, something like that. Because many of the Brahmins in Mathura, they're Chaturvedis, but in Brijbasa we say Chobe. So he was Trivikram Chobe. And he'd done lots of research on Krishna Lila. And he told me that one time, this Brahmakund, what happened was Krishna was there near Manasi Ganga with all the cowherd boys. And they were having a wonderful feast. And they sat down and had a wonderful feast. And Madhamangal's coming and taking a bite of his laddu and giving it to Krishna. And Krishna said, "Oh, he takes a bite. That bitten laddu, he takes a bite. Oh, your mother, very nice laddu maker. Your Maya, very nice laddu maker." And Krishna would take a bite and just see what type of laddu my Maya Yasoda made. And he's taking that, and Brahma became bewildered. Did they teach you that in your bhakta class, That you take a bite and offer it to your friend? Or that you take a bite and offer it to the deities? If we find the pujari eating the Mangal Arati sweets before, we'll take a stick and chase him out of the temple. So Brahma got bewildered. What is this, Then when he finally realized who Krishna was, then he was thinking, wow, I was such a fool. But he's Brahma. How can he go to Krishna and get a chewed remnant from Krishna? Because, every day we offer our bhog to our lords, in our temples and our homes, right? Did we ever see the Lord eat? We never saw. We have faith. Prabhupada told us, you put tulsi leaf, you say the prayers, and Krishna eats by your prayers of love, but we never saw. But there, the cowherd boys, Krishna's taking a bite of his laddu and giving to them. They're getting the real Mahaprasad, So Brahma was thinking, how can I get that? He's Brahma, how can he go? So he thought, well, after eating, they're going to have to wash their hands. And then, so he took his place in that Brahmakund. But Krishna is in everyone's heart. He knows everything what you're thinking and everything that's going on. So Krishna went there with his clean hand. He scooped water out of Brahmakund. He became a fish there. That's what happened. He became fish there. When Krishna washes his hands, then those chewed remnants that come off of his fingers, I'll get those. But Krishna knows everything. He's in your heart, So he came there with his clean hand. He scooped water out and washed over the ground. Because if you want to because that Braja Prem is very difficult to get. You have to become follower of the Brijbasis. And we're so fortunate. We have the most dear Brijbasi. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says that person who teaches this message to the devotees, he's so dear to me that never will there be one more dear. And Prabhupada took Vrindavan and Bhagavad Gita all over the world. We can't imagine. We have the most dear Brijbasi to follow. So somehow or other we can get Prabhupada's mercy. We'll be able to get that Krishna Prem. Brahma he couldn't get. So we have to become follower of the Brijbasis. And we have the most dear Brijbasi to follow. And you may be thinking, oh, you guys, you saw Prabhupada, you got this association, you're so fortunate. You're not unfortunate. You're more fortunate. Because Prabhupada always told the grandfather is more merciful than the father. Because one time, there was a devotee named Kartikeya, and he decided to cook, instead of using the suji, the cream of wheat, he was going to make halava with the wheat germ. Now, I never met anybody from Bharat who knew what wheat germ is, but anyway, it's not suji, that's the main thing. And Prabhupada took one look, he said, take it away. He said, halava means suji. Halava means cream of wheat. So he went in the temple, because his name was Kartikeya. He was a very, very gentle fellow, very bhavabhuk, emotional type of fellow. So he was destroyed. The whole time he was cooking, oh, Swamiji's really, because this is old days, he said, Swamiji's going to really like this so much. He's going to be so pleased. I'm going to make the halava with wheat germ instead of the cream of wheat. He's going to like it so much. And whole bhav was like that. And then Prabhupada said, with left hand, he said, take it out. So he went and sat before the picture of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. And he was just praying that I was just trying to please your spiritual son, Swamiji. And somehow he's become so upset with me. He was crying. I don't know what to do. Then he heard Prabhupada's voice. Kartikeya? Kartikeya? He came running. He said, bring that halava. And Prabhupada finished off the whole bowl. He said, bring some more. And with great gusto, Prabhupada was eating. He finished the whole pot of halava. He said, from that I learned two things. One, that Prabhupada is not alone. There's a whole chain, because he was praying to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. He says there's a whole chain of spiritual masters all the way up to the lotus feet of Krishna, handing the rope to us to pull us out of this deep dark well of Kali Yuga. There's a whole line behind Srila Prabhupada. And second thing, Prabhupada always said, the grandfather is more merciful than the father. So he learned these two things from that. So you're not unfortunate. You're more fortunate. Prabhupada will be more merciful to you guys than to us. Don't think you're unfortunate. You're more fortunate. You have Prabhupada as your grandfather's spiritual master. He'll be more merciful to you than to us. And I see the second generation doing so many incredible things, all by Prabhupada's mercy. So we're running out of time, so we could go on and on and on and on. But anyway, if you have any questions, we can try to answer those questions. Everyone fell asleep. Yes? Where's Bhakta Mike?
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. It was a wonderful stream of nectar over the last few days taking us through Vrindavan. So thank you so much for coming here and sprinkling the dust of Vrindavan from all parts of Vrindavan here. One question I have, which I understand I may not be able to understand, which is, Srimati Radharani's mood, we hear she is also very mild. She wants to please Krishna. But sometimes, how does she know that right now being this man, being angry with Krishna would be pleasing, and sometimes serving him humbly would be pleasing to Krishna? How does she know what pleases Krishna when?
How does she know? She knows everything. Radha and Krishna are not just like Radha Krishna Panay Vikatir Ladini Shakti Rasma. Ekatmanav, it is one soul. Ekatmanav api deha bedam gatoto. But they have divided in two forms. So she's not different from Krishna. Ekatmana duvivaro deha gatoto. Chaitanyakyam tadvayam chaikyam aptam. Now this is very high philosophy. How will we ever able be to understand? Chaitanyakyam tadvayam, those two, cha ekyam chaikyam, they have again become one. That is known as Chaitanya. By the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one day we'll be able to understand all these truths. We just pray at the lotus feet of Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I was just reading in Srimad Bhagavatam yesterday that when Krishna and the Brajbasis left Gokul, they moved to Vrindavan. I was always under the impression that Krishna grew up in Nandagram. I was wondering if you could explain this.
Okay. Like I said, that particular municipality called Vrindavan has become famous because of Ras Leela took place there. But Prabhupada, in the Krishna book, as well as in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, he describes the forest of Vrindavan. Vrindavan is the biggest forest. Sometimes we call all 12 forests as Vrindavan. The Brijbasis say it's all Braj. Braj has got 12 forests. But Vrindavan sometimes stands as a representative because it's the biggest. And Prabhupada describes it stretches from the municipality now known as Vrindavan, 25 miles up to Nandagam. So Nandagam is in Vrindavan. But that particular municipality got the name Vrindavan because Krishna's Ras Leela, the most famous Leela that took place there. Okay?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, my doubt is regarding the Ulukhul Leela, Bandhan Leela place. Once one devotee took me there, but later he also, so after that I went to Nand Bhavan, but there is quite some distance between them. So, but in the actual Leela, Ulukhul Leela was actually right behind in the courtyard of Nand Bhavan. So I was bewildered after that. How is it? Was it really the place, or
that was Dwapar Yuga, so people were much bigger. So that was and Nanda Baba had a very large courtyard. So that Ukal Bandhan place is in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. You see the temple, it's very low, so there's no way, this is built later. But you can't imagine people from Dwapar Yuga getting through the doorways in that place. So that was Nanda Baba's courtyard all the way out to there. And now they're building a brand new temple there. It's a beautiful stone temple is going on. When you get into Leela, then you have to throw all your other things out, all your reasoning and mundane reasoning, and Krishna's Leela is inconceivable. Dr. Mike.
Thank you, Prabhu, for us. As you are saying that you are graphically taking us to all the places. In your heart, you are staying in Vrindavan, and that's what we felt to go with you to all this parikrama. I have one question. As Maharaj told in the beginning that you have been all there in this moment for so many years and seen everything. So is there any top advice that you want to give to the beginners or those who are beginning Krishna consciousness that we can take from your experience?
Just serve Vaishnavas. We don't know who is Krishna. And be servant of Krishna is a very high thing. I even heard Prabhupada in one recording, he was saying that he's just trying to be the servant is a very high thing. I'm just trying to be the servant, Krishna. So serving Krishna, that's a very high thing. But the Vaishnavas we can see. If we can serve Vaishnavas, then maybe Krishna. Because Krishna told in Nectar Devotion that that person who says he's my devotee, I don't know who he is. But that person who says he's a devotee of my devotee, he's my devotee. The people that, how do you stay in Vrindavan for so long? Because I'm serving the devotees. I don't have any bhakti, I don't have any devotion, I don't have anything. But somehow I'm serving the Vaishnavas and they're blessing me and I'm just going on, that's all. It's like we all know, we were talking the other day, we all know the 10 offenses to the holy name. But in Skanda Purana, again we come back, Jiva Goswami, he describes in Tattva Sandarbhs that bhakti is the easiest. This is Bhakti Sandarbh. He says, bhakti is easy. Completely independent and easy. He gives the example, there was a bird sitting by a Vishnu temple and a hawk came. So the hawk was chasing him and he was circumambulating the Vishnu temple. And the hawk caught him and killed him. But because he was circumambulating the Vishnu temple, he's a bird, he doesn't even know what his circumambulation is. He went back to Vaikuntha. He said, so easy. He said, what's the problem then? Jiva Goswami asked. The problem is avoiding offenses. And then he quotes from Skanda Purana, Hanti ninanti vaidveshti vaishnavana binandati krudyante yadino harsham darshanam bhattatani shat. Shat means 6. So this is the 6 Vaishnava aparas. We know the 10 Nama aparas. Here's the Vaishnava aparas. Hanti, just like in Bhagavad Gita, Nahanyate hanyama. Hanti means to do harm to a Vaishnava. Hanti ninanti, that's our favorite. Internet was just invented so you can do ninda all day long. To criticize or be envious of, to criticize or blaspheme. Hanti ninandi vai dveshti dvesha. We know raga dvesha. Be envious of a Vaishnava. Hanti ninandi vai dveshti Vaishnav ana binandati. Abhinanda means to welcome. Ana means that if we don't give proper welcome, a Vaishnava comes and we don't give proper welcome to him, that is also offense. Vaishnava ana binandati. Hanti nanandi vaidveshti Vaishnava nabhin krudyante. Somehow the noun is crowed, but the verb is crude. So to become angry with the Vaishnava. Krudyanti yadino harsham. Harsham means to feel happy in the heart. Yadino harsham darshanam. If you see a Vaishnava and you don't feel happy, that is also an offense. Think, oh, here comes Fulana, Bhakta Fulana. Oh no. It's so difficult to see Vaishnavas in this world. I remember one time I flew all around the world. And I planned my ticket so that I would get to Delhi. Someone would meet me, give me a ticket to Bhubaneswar to go for Rath Yatra. And I'm sitting on the plane and I saw so many people, so many, karmi faces the whole time I was traveling. And all of a sudden I looked up and then I saw this, what was his name? It was this nice devotee from Mauritius, coming down the aisle. And I was just so shocked of Vaishnava. Then I looked and behind him was the jolly face of Navyogendra Maharaj. I was so ecstatic, To see a Vaishnava, so rare. I went all over the world. I didn't see a single Vaishnava in any plane. And all of a sudden there was Naveen Krishna and Navyogendra Maharaj. So I was so joyful. So to see a Vaishnava and you don't feel happy, that is, now you can understand why we're having so much trouble in Krishna consciousness. So this is very important to avoid offenses to Vaishnavas. That's the most important. Bhakti is the easiest part. Doing bhakti is easy, but avoiding offenses, that is the hard part. So I think we're going over time, so we have our latest book with us. Braj Leela Part 3, Giriraj, since we're in Giriraj, the Giriraj is the king of mountains. Because in Braj Leela 1 and 2, we went on the whole Prikrama path, so I only spoke a few things about Govardhan. But I thought Govardhan needs to have a whole book by itself. Because everybody goes to Govardhan, they run around, they do Olympics, they run around the hill, see how fast they can do it. They see Kusum Sarovar, maybe Manasi Ganga, Govindakun, or Radhakun. But you will be shocked to know all the places around Govardhan. So many amazing places, so many amazing leelas. And in fact, my dear photographer friend, you know him as Arjun Bhattacharya. Now he's initiated, his name is Arta Bandhu, so we're the Bandhu brothers. So he must, when I was writing and he was saying, I never saw that place, he must have run 40, 50 times to Govardhan, because we spent 6 or 7 years researching. So there's 284 color pictures and 32 color paintings. We had to get permission from BBT, which they happily gave, and 530 pages of nectar. And one lady last night took the book, she said, yeah, I just run around. I never knew so many places were there. This is an amazing book. So all these beautiful, so 284 color pictures, 32 color paintings, 530 pages of nectar. We went through Narayan Bhatt's, what the chapter on Govardhan about, because he gives mantras and Atman mantras for all the places of Braj, including Govardhan. And you ask people about those places, nobody knows. Even in 500 years, so many places disappeared, forgotten. So here we have, whatever we could find, it's in it. We have a pictorial and written evidence of all the places on Govardhan. And forward is by Indradumna Maharaj. So, and we only ask a small donation of $25. Otherwise, you want to buy it on Amazon, it's $60. And we don't need cash. My assistant, he knows everything, all this Venmo, Google Pay, Apple Pay, all these things. You know, we have a card reader, whatever. Anyway, anyhow, you can pay for it. And I'm here today to sign it if you want to take a copy with you. Hare Krishna.
Srila Vyasadeva, after meeting with Narada Muni, went back to his ashram, and there he went into samadhi to see the pastimes of Krishna, and it's well known, of course, that he wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam, but it's known post-samadhi as Samadhi Bhashya. With Deena Bandhu Prabhu, who lives in Vrindavan always, no matter where he is. His Bhashya is Vrindavan Bhashya. Thanks for bringing it here, because having you in our midst, we can experience the verse, Bhavadvida Bhagavatas Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho Tirtha Kurvanti Tirtani Swantakstena Gadabrita, that those in whose hearts Vrindavan dwells, then bring it to everybody else. we're so grateful to you for your decades and decades of service and for your very special service of making Vrindavan accessible to everybody. Vajranath restored so many places after Krishna and of course Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Goswamis. That was their specific service, to bring them back and to make them available to everyone. But you've carried that tradition on in the modern day by bringing our attention to these places because of your feeling for them. So we feel very grateful you've been here to not San Jose, but Mountain View. Now we feel that the real feeling of Mountain View, we're only thinking of Govardhan. I'd like to say that even though I've only had it for about an hour, it's my new favorite book. It's really beautiful, and it's extraordinary. Many of the books about the Dham and Vrindavan, Govardhan, and so forth were done many, many years ago, and they're black and white. This is extraordinary. And what to speak of, it's a guidebook. You can read this over and over again before you go there, while you're there, and you can meditate on Vrindavan and continue this meditation that Deena Bandhu Prabhu has given us. So please, everyone, this is invaluable. You should take a copy, keep it in your library, because you'll need this, because we're all going to go to Govardhan again and again, as many times as Krishna will allow us. And this is the way that you'll be ready when you go there. And as you're there, you can read it, carry it with you. So please, everyone, make sure that he doesn't have any left for the next place. Thank you very much. One more time for Deena Bandhu Prabhu.
Srila Prabhupada ki!
Now we have a presentation for this morning. So, Deena Bandhu Prabhu, if you like, we'll give you a special, we have luxury boxes back there. One place for you, and there's going to be a short talk by one of the ISV budding youths. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Deena Bandhu Prabhu, for an ecstatic journey into the Leela of Kusum Sarovar, Manasi Ganga, Haridev. It's very blissful to always hear directly about Braj from a Brajvasi. Gives us a very intimate relationship that we feel instantly with the land of Vrindavan. I also want to thank and welcome back His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu. Haribol. So So thank you also, Prabhu, because you are my first connection with Braj. You took us on Parikrama the first time, I still remember. Cannot forget that moment. And many of the devotees here are named by you, remembering those pastimes, Mukharavind, right? So many of us here are always connected to Braj by those names. Thank you for that. So today I want to introduce Shriyan, who's going to be presenting Double Dose of Mercy.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Today, I'll be talking about Double Dose of Mercy from the book Disapproved but Not Disowned by Gaurang Darshan Prabhu. So, this is a story about Nrsimhadev, Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad Maharaj, and I'll be sharing 8 lessons that we can learn from this story. Knowing that Brahma could not give him the boon of immortality, Hiranyakashipu asked Brahma, "Let me not be killed by any living being that you created. Let me not be killed inside or outside the house. Let me not be killed on the ground or in the sky by any weapon, human or animal. Let me not be killed by any demon, devata or snakes. Give me sole lordship over all the planets." Hiranyakashipu had been standing on one leg for 100,000 years just to please Brahma and gain these boons. One lesson that we can learn from Hiranyakashipu's determination is that determination coupled with good intentions will lead to welfare for the entire world. On the other hand, determination driven by demoniac or selfish intentions will always lead to destruction. The Devatas were fed up Hiranyakashipu's antics. So they went to Lord Vishnu and told him, "His demon is destroying everything. He has taken control of the lower, middle and upper regions." The Lord consoled them, saying, "Do not worry. When someone offends the Brahmanas, cows, or the Vedic injunctions that represent me, they will be vanquished along with their entire civilization. When Hiranyakashipu tortures his noble son Prahlad, then I will kill him." One thing we can learn from the Lord's behavior is that he tolerates personal offenses, but he does not tolerate offenses towards his devotees. In fact, such acts nullify all protection that the offender received. Hiranyakashipu had 4 sons, the best of them being Prahlad. When he was in his mother's womb, Kayadu was kidnapped by Indra because he thought that her son would be just like Hiranyakashipu. Prahlad and Narad Muni intervened and told him that actually no, Prahlad would be a great devotee. He took Kayadu to his ashram and taught her the Srimad Bhagavatam. But she didn't hear it because she was anxious about her husband's return. Prahlad, on the other hand, heard the Srimad Bhagavatam, and now he was anxious about when he would go back home, back to Godhead. One thing that we can learn from the transmission of bhakti is that when a guru is a pure devotee and a disciple is eager to learn, then bhakti is effectively transmitted. Upon Hiranyakashipu's return, Prahlad was sent to Gurukul, hardly 5 years old. Once, Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad, "What have you learned from your school?" Prahlad said, ignoring the teachings taught by his materialistic teachers, he told him what he had learned from Narad Muni, his real teachers. Shravanam kirtanam Vishnu, smaranam padasevanam, archanam vandanam dasyam, sakyam atmanivedanam. He said that we should always remember Krishna's name, chant it, remember Krishna, serve his feet, and so on. Prahlad was very bold in his response, but he was very respectful also. That's why we need to be bold, but we also need to have humility. We also need to be respectful. Hiranyakashipu got super mad and he told his soldiers to execute Prahlad. But nothing worked. They tried everything, but nothing worked. They couldn't trample him under elephants, throw him into a pit of snakes. Nothing worked. The Lord always protects his surrendered devotees, so they have nothing to fear. Prahlad, even though he was going through all of this torture, did not have any hate towards Hiranyakashipu. He held no grudge because he was embodying the peaceful state of Ajatashatru, which meant that he had no hate. Hiranyakashipu sent back Prahlad to Gurukul where nothing worked. There, he taught his friends about Krishna consciousness. When Hiranyakashipu was informed, he asked Prahlad, "Where have you got all this power? Where is the source of your strength?" Prahlad said, "The source of my strength is the same place where you got all your power, from Vishnu." Hiranyakashipu, filled with rage, challenged Prahlad's declaration of Krishna's omnipresence. He asked him, "Is your Lord in that pillar?" Prahlad, confident that Krishna was everywhere, nodded. A devotee sees the divine everywhere, whereas an atheist who has no qualification merely just challenges Krishna's presence. Hiranyakashipu, with his fist, broke open the pillar, and out came Nrsimhadev. Nrsimhadev played with Hiranyakashipu for some time, and then he placed him upon his lap, ripped open his chest, and uprooted his heart. And then he looked at it as if to inspect it. He thought, "I've been living this heart happily. How has this person allowed bad qualities such as lust, anger, and hate into this heart?" Then he threw it away. He then became very much pleased with Prahlad's prayers. And he asked him, "Please ask me for any boon. I'll grant it to you." Prahlad said, "Oh my dear Lord, I'm not like some selfish merchant where I'll give you my devotional service and you give me back some material boon. But if you really want to give me something, then please give me the boon that I will never have any material desire again." The Lord then Prahlad asked the Lord to liberate his father. The Lord smiled and said that actually Hiranyakashipu and 21 generations of forefathers had already been liberated. He then instructed Prahlad to do the final rites for Hiranyakashipu. The lesson that we can learn from Nrsimhadev's kindness and Hiranyakashipu's liberation is that demons may hate God, but God is kind to even the demons. One final takeaway I want to share with everyone is that you can never outsmart God, however smart you are. You cannot harm a devotee, however powerful you are. And the greatest hope for even demons is the combined mercy of the Lord and Prahlad Maharaj, or the devotee. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments?
Shriyan, you even look like Prahlad Maharaj. You've rocked the rafters with that one. And it was so intuitive to you in presenting that it was easy to listen to. Because
Thank you.
I think you had gone deeply into the subject matter. I liked your presentation very much. You weren't reading off the screen. You were just recalling from what you had studied. My question, is there any one lesson from what you presented today that was especially meaningful to you that you're taking away?
I think one thing that stuck to my heart, Maharaj, was how Prahlad was very forgiving. So I feel we should also imbibe that in our lives, because there are a lot of things that people do to us, and we usually don't forgive them. We hold grudges. So I feel that it's something that especially I should learn. So yeah.
Thank you, Shriyana. It was amazing. You were animated. You knew what you were saying without reading it. One thing, when you said one can never outsmart God, reminded me of a devotee who tried to outsmart Srila Prabhupada, and it didn't work. It had something to do with he was replacing Srila Prabhupada's slippers, and Prabhupada knew it. And he didn't like it, that the way he went about it. So you can't outsmart God, and you can't outsmart the pure devotee. Hare Krishna. Thank you. It was excellent.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj, Guru Ma. Deena Bandhu Prabhu, would you like to also bless Shriyan with some?
What's his name? Shriyan. No, I'm very delighted to see the young people taking such deep interest in Krishna consciousness. It just makes my heart feel so happy, because we're all on our way out. We all got, we're sitting in the waiting room just waiting for the reservation. So it's all up to you people now. Spread Prabhupada's movement and mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So you have all my blessings from Braj. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That means the world to us. And very grateful to everyone for staying back. I know we extended a little bit, but any final comments, questions, or thoughts that anyone has in the room? Okay, we will stop here, and I will now hand over the next to the Bhakti community and to the Sankirtan teams for any announcements. Is that right? Okay. Thank you, Shriyan. Thank you once again.
Quickly sharing about Bhakti community. We have created a very simple environment for newcomers where they can feel at home and they'll feel genuine friendships. I was really thinking that last night when I saw Harinam, there were 3 girls. If you people were there in Harinam, you saw 3 girls, Iranian girls, and they come to a Mantra Zone program very regularly, and they were dancing so much at Harinam, and 3 of them were for a very, very long time, and they stayed there for till the end. You all should go and see the video if you want. They are very elder ladies, and they're very, very nice, and they regularly come. And I was thinking, like Shamlangi had told me that when newcomers come and when I have Harinam on Friday, can you please send them to Harinam? I was really not sure is that a right idea. But I still trusted her, and I started sending and created separate flyers for Bhakti community for them to attend our Harinam, and they actually really, really love our Harinam. So what I wanted to let you all know that when you give books, people are really going through a lot. While they accept the books, this is really grace of Krishna that they've accepted book, but we want somebody to hold their hand, give them the love, the connection, the association. It's very important. Don't leave them after you give them books. Please, please connect them to somebody. If there's nobody, please connect them to Bhakti community. We are really, really happy to hold their hand and take them to the spiritual journey. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, everyone. So nice to see all of you. And we are going to make some announcements for the Sankirtan. And as we all know that we have only 5 weekends left before our Bhadra Purnima, offering. That is on September 26th. Yeah, September 26th. Just 5 more weekends. And I must say we're chasing a rather very, very large goal. It's historically never heard of. And globally, as you know, that it is distribute at least 100,008 Srimad Bhagavatam sets by September 26th. And ISV is taking a small portion, as you all know as well, that we are requesting the blessings that we want to distribute at least 7,301 Srimad Bhagavatam sets. So, where are we? So far, we are inching towards our goal. And I know that we are close to about distributing 3,000 Srimad Bhagavatam sets so far, out of 7,301. And this is not a small feat, because last year we did 3,500 Srimad Bhagavatam sets for Bhadra Purnima. So I'm very happy actually that we are at least close to halfway through. But the rest of the 5 weeks that we have to pull all the stops because we have no choice. So I know that because His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu has set the goal, we have to assume it can be done and it will be done. It's only the matter if we will be part of it or not. So if these last 5 weeks, if you can engage everybody in the congregation, all your Bhakti Vriksha members, all your friends, your family members, whoever you know, if you can engage everyone to be part of it, because since it's historic, this is happening for the first time, it will happen anyway, but we just wanted to make sure we are part of it. Not just us, but let's take everyone along with us. So if you can please engage every single person. We want entire world to be part of this. So having said that, our devotees are going out different places, and we have our traveling Sankirtan party led by His Grace Kautukarna Prabhu, just returned back from Austin after 4 weeks. 2 weeks, after 2 weeks. Please welcome Kautukarna Prabhu. It's not so easy because Austin is very hot right now. The temperatures are really high, but they stayed back and distributed so many Srimad Bhagavatam sets. And along with that, Manjari Gopika, Achyuta Chaitanya Prabhu and Kishori also went traveling Sankirtan along with them, and they just returned as well. Please welcome. And locally, devotees are going out everywhere, and tomorrow is also San Francisco Rath Yatra. And San Francisco Rath Yatra is a very good place. If a lot of devotees may already have Bhagavatam sets, but now we have print set, which is 44 volume 1. It's a very easy to carry. So we have 44 volume print set, we have 18 volume print set, and we have a ebook, which is this is a digital book as well as an audio book. So we have all of this. So maybe at Rath Yatra we can try to sell the combo of all the 4 sets. One for your living room, one for your whichever room, and then one for your laptop, and one on the way. A lot of devotees spend a lot of time in travel, so audiobook will be useful. So we have all 3, we have combos, all sets of combos available. So tomorrow, if you can please spend some time at the table, Rath Yatra table, if you can please spend and then try to distribute Bhagavatam sets. And today we also have a special seminar that is happening at Fremont at Sham Jagannath Prabhu's house. This is exclusively for their Bhakti Vriksha members who have been waiting for almost 1 year to have this seminar and go out on book distribution, and they're very eager to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam sets. We have that one. We have teams in Fremont. We have teams in Cupertino. We have teams in Dublin, San Ramon. We have someone going to Santa Cruz or San Francisco. Milpitas as well. So we have various teams. And if you see, our most active group is the Weekend Warriors group. Please join. You'll never be bored because there's so much going on in that group. So please join. And one last thing is, not just weekends, but we have now devotees going on weekdays as well. So if you see our Weekend Warriors group, we should rename it maybe at some time. But Madhav Govinda Prabhu and his team, they are going out every single day because they have a certain goal for their personal goal. So they want to make sure they distribute that. So they're going out every single day to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam sets. And they are distributing every single time. Not one time they're unsuccessful. Because if you try, Krishna will make it happen. So please try. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
I'll just take a quick minute. Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. We also have Sankirtan happening in temple as well today. So we will be starting off with the Maha Cleanup because Janmashtami is around the corner. We want to make sure when you put your hand here and if you see the dust, please help us and join us. There is a dust on Prabhupada's altar. We want to make sure we go every corner of this temple. See, the Katha Prabhu has a very nice list. Kamal Shri has a very nice list for the Pujari room. We have a kids service, and they can just wipe this. We have a special glove for them. They can use gloves and wipe everything. So we have service for everyone, but let's do Maha cleaning today from the core of our heart. We want to make sure even inside that Zafu's box, there should be no dust even underneath. So please put every energy out, what you have. And there is a plenty of prasadam. We're cooking non-stop just for you, so you can have prasadam before and after. So don't worry that you have to rush home for lunch. No, we got you. Okay? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Ja Jodendriya Tahika Jibe Bele Vishaya Shakare Dharma Jivayati Loba Moisu Durmati. Everybody, please. Take Jena Kratika Sanshare Krishna Barodoya Moy Kori Bare Chikajay Shaprashadana Dilo Bahai Shayanam Vitapao Radha Krishna Gunagao Remedako Shri Chaitanya Gita Remedako Shri Chaitanya Gita Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Pramadi Vaishnave Sapa Punya Patam Rajan Vishwaso Navijayate Prasare Sarvadhikanam Anidasya Upajayate Prasana Cheta Sodyashu Budipaya Bhatistate Tvayopavita Sudganda Vasalankara Chartitaha Utishta Bojino Dasas Tavamayam Jainai Shukam Prayushnitam Bhapi Nityam Badurudeshata Prapti Matrena Bhoktavyam Natrakala Vicharana Nadesha Niyamastatrana Kala Niyamastata Paptamanam Drutam Shishta Bhaktaram Hara Abravid Bhagavad Shrima Prasadaki Goda Premanande Nitai Goda Hari Bol Hari Bol, Nitai Goda Hari Bol. Please come take prasadam. Gaur Premanande. Vancha kalpa dhruva shakripa sindave vichapatitanam pavanebhyo.